continuing where I was, I am currently at the 5 minute and 16 seconds marker. Oh my god. Continuing the response to the Venom Fang X video, meaning of life, whatever the fuck it's called. I can't wait.
Of reason or logic, it follows that anything we think
I have no idea what he said previous to that. I don't remember. Something about logic and shit.
Is totally untrustworthy. If
Okay. Because nature doesn't have what you have, which is consciousness, in your human, amazingly accurate human, what's the word? Our human views on nature. We view nature as something that's not human. Something that is, it's kind of hard to personify it. So we can't really compare ourselves to it in that sense. You can't compare something that isn't supposed to have, or cannot have in our sense of cognitive function, a cognitive function. You cannot be conscious in that sense. It just doesn't work. So it's not comparable. What the fuck are you on?
evolution were true. Now, that's not to say that evolution's not true.
It is true, by the way. Just so you know.
Simply on the basis of this argument alone.
Yeah, because all your other arguments are they're fucking bulletproof, man.
Rather, it's meant to illustrate that if someone is arguing for an evolutionary point of view, you have no basis for believing that their brain is functioning properly.
Your brain isn't fucking functioning properly.
Or that the laws of nature which brought about their brain endowed them with reasonable functions such that they can ascertain truth.
Okay. This is just a big ball of creationist rhetoric shit. Okay. Let's think about this. He's saying that because nature doesn't have a cognitive function, it cannot have possibly endowed us with a cognitive function that is logical. That makes no sense at all. None. It's like, bleh, no sense. Something that does not have something can give something that's something to something else. And it's hard to explain, isn't it? Yeah. But I facepalm at you. Let's keep on watching this.
It's essentially trying to evaluate the function of the brain using the brain while it functions.
Why do you exist?
It's circular reasoning.
Everything you're reasoning is circular reasoning. What the fucking... Like, I'm going to throw in some fucking argument rhetoric. I'm going to be fucking accurate. He's using big words. Use small words so I can understand them.
You have no way of evaluating the proper function of a brain using a brain that's not functioning properly.
That's circular reasoning right there.
And
okay. I can't use a brain because my brain's not functioning properly because my brain is a fucking illogical construct of an illogical being, which is nature, because nature has no, once again, cognitive function. Nature can't think, thus I cannot think logically. That's like saying the carpet has no testicles, thus I can't get pregnant. It does not correlate. It makes no sense. Fuck.
You have no way of showing that your brain is functioning properly.
Neither do you.
In the sense that it is reasonable and logical, if the basis for the brain's existence are the laws of nature which are not cognitive nor have reason or logic.
Okay, I see what you're doing. You're pulling out the basis argument, that because we disprove your basis of believing Christianity because you were raised as a Christian, and it was impressioned upon you as a child, and thus nature raised us as atheists, and we were... No, that doesn't work that way. Okay, the two aren't comparable. You can't compare nature not having a cognitive function can't compare nature not having a cognitive function to us being logical. To comparing, that's a bad sentence wording. That sentence wording was bad in itself. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry, Jesus. Sorry. Anyway, you people who understand my babbling, you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Now,
Fucking hopping around all over the fucking world. Now you're behind the fucking... You're in front of the world spinning. Fucking Superman, Jesus.
I know what some of you are thinking. You're thinking, well...
I'm thinking, well, what? I don't know what I'm thinking. This video is giving me a seizure. I've had a small seizure. You know this little twitch?
That's good and all, but
I didn't think it was good at all. I was actually thinking, that's...
still believe in evolution, and I still don't believe in God.
That's damn straight.
So, where do we go from here?
To the X. Upper left-hand or right-hand corner. I'm not sure which one. I forget.
Well, I think what I was attempting to illustrate was not...
Attempting to illustrate. What you were attempting to illustrate is inillustratable because it's not logical. It's not fucking logical. Oh.
Not that from that argument alone that God exists, rather...
That's fucking what you're trying to do, because obviously not trying to use your other arguments you've used in the past, because they're not very logical either.
That if you hold to a materialistic, naturalistic, atheistic worldview...
Because all atheists are materialistic and naturalistic. No, they're not.
You have no way of being confident in anything that you believe, and you do need to reevaluate literally everything.
Okay, I have reevaluated things in the past, obviously not because of him. But anyway, I could just throw this argument back at you, and it would still make no sense, of course. I could say, okay, your God is illogical to me. Thus, your ability to reason doesn't exist. Your ability to reason doesn't exist. See, I could say that, and it wouldn't make any sense, because you're obviously reasoning right now. You're making up these convoluted arguments that really is not presenting anything. They're just your ass-blowing ass. Oh, well, if only I had a word to describe you, but anyway. I could say, your God is illogical. Its existence is illogical, and thus, everything that you think is illogical, that is bullshit. I would never argue something like that, because I would look like a fucking idiot, like you're doing right now.
Which then opens up the idea that you could be wrong.
I'm not wrong now.
And that is the starting point, getting you
The starting point is fucking putting the X button in the fucking corner of your screen.
to think maybe outside your box.
I'm not thinking outside the box because of this. I'm having to fucking think inside the box. You're fucking throwing me into a little tic-tac box. And I'm getting claustrophobic and I'm freaking out and having seizures and shit.
So where do we go from here?
To the X button.
It seems to me that atheists are very inconsistent
I wonder why.
in their worldview and in the way that they live day to day. It's unpragmatic to be an atheist.
Okay. Atheists are humans. Humans in themselves are completely different. I wonder why we have different opinions when we're different. Huh. Crazy.
Catch them making statements like, you did well, or you ought to have done otherwise.
I don't think I've ever said you've done well to you. Ever. Quite the contrary.
Or that was bad, or that was good, or they'll even congratulate other atheists for being intelligent, and they will condescend down to people who disagree with them.
Not necessarily. I won't condescend with someone who doesn't disagree with me. Unless they're you. Because you're fucking stupid.